The Paris Agreement, the Red Scare, and fiber optics are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is April 22nd, 2022. It is the 112th day of the year. There are 253 days left. It is the 16th Friday in the 17th week and the 34th day of spring. If today's your birthday, you're still a diamond or crystal for your birthstone. Do you know what the difference between a diamond and crystal is? Normally a couple grand. Today is National Earth Day, but we talked about that last year. Today is also National Girl Scout Leaders Day. Each year, National Girl Scout Leaders Day is on April 22nd, and it recognizes thousands of leaders who volunteer their time and share their experience with youths across the country. Girl Scout volunteer leaders have been positively impacting girls' lives since the beginning of Girl Scouting. These leaders are often beacons for girls as they approach womanhood. That sounds weird for some reason, but I guess it's not. It's just me. You know, it's so weird these days. No matter what you say, you gotta worry if it's okay to be saying that. Strange world we live in now. All right, let's see what else April 22nd has given us. 1836, the Texas Revolution. We sort of touched on this yesterday. The day after duking it out with the Mexican army, Texas General Sam Houston identifies Mexican General Santa Anna among the captives of the battle when some of his fellow soldiers mistakenly give away his identity. In case you missed yesterday, they found him hiding in the reeds. That's where they captured him when they brought him to the prison camp. He was dressed like a Mexican army private and trying to hide who he was, and his own people kind of ratted him out. Not on purpose from what I've read. They were just congratulating him on surviving and all that, and, you know, Viva Santa Anna type stuff, and they went, hey, hold on a second, he's no normal private. 1864, the U.S. Congress passes the Coinage Act of 1864 that permitted the inscription "In God We Trust" to be placed on all coins minted as United States currency. 1876, the first National League baseball game is played at Jefferson Street grounds in Philadelphia. In that game, the Boston Red Caps beat the Philadelphia Athletics 6-5. 1954, the Red Scare. Witnesses begin testifying with live television coverage as the McCarthy hearings begin. Now, if you're not familiar with this and Joseph McCarthy, Mccarthyism, I'll give you a little explanation. The Red Scare is the promotion of widespread fear of potential rise in communism, anarchism, and other leftist ideologies by a society or a state. It is often characterized as political propaganda. We've had two of these sections in American history. One was in the 1920s, and then the one in the 1950s was better known as McCarthyism. McCarthyism is the practice of making accusations of subversion and treason, especially when related to communism and socialism. So Senator Joseph McCarthy was from Wisconsin, and he really was kind of unremarkable his first 3 years in the Senate. Then on February 9th, 1950, he gave a Lincoln Day speech to the Republican Women's Club of Wheeling, West Virginia. Now, the words of that speech are a little up for debate, and there's been back and forth about it over the years. There's no audio of it, but in this speech, he accused the State Department and other places like the Secretary of State and the CIA and everyone just to be filled to the rim with communists and socialists, and they were planted here by the Russians to take down the United States. My opinion is he got some press because of this speech and he ran with it, and this became his thing. So much so that this led to the McCarthy hearings. It was actually the Army McCarthy hearings. This guy went off the deep end, just accusing everyone he could, bringing people in to question them, and his badgering and his smear campaigns. The whole thing was just gross politics, in my opinion. He got under everyone's skin, including President Truman. McCarthy characterized Truman and the Democratic Party as soft on or even in league with the communists and spoke of the Democrats as 20 years of treason. Truman, in turn, once referred to McCarthy as the best asset the Kremlin has, calling McCarthy's action an attempt to sabotage the foreign policy of the United States in a Cold War and comparing it to shooting American soldiers in the back during a hot war. Ultimately, the smear tactics that McCarthy used led him to being censured by the U.S. Senate. 1969, British yachtsman Sir Robin Knox Johnston wins the Sunday Times Golden Globe race and completes the first solo nonstop circumnavigation of the world. 1970, the first Earth Day is celebrated. I honestly, until like 2 years ago, thought that it started in the 1980s, like late 80s. 1977, optical fiber is first used to carry live telephone traffic. Optical fiber is amazing. I mean, it's used in so many different things nowadays. It's sort of an amazing product. 2016, the Paris Agreement is signed. This is an agreement to help fight global warming. 2020, 4 police officers are killed after being struck by a truck on the Eastern Freeway in Melbourne, Australia, while speaking with a speeding driver, marking the largest loss of police lives in Victoria police history. That's kind of brutal. Premiered on April 22nd, 2012, Veep. This was a pretty good show. I really enjoyed it. It starred Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld fame. Elaine, remember her? Yeah, she played like the vice president of the United States. It's a really entertaining and funny show. If you ever get a chance, check that one out. Born on April 22nd, 1966, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. If you don't know who he is, he's very popular in a lot of different shows. He gained wide recognition for his role on the television series The Walking Dead. He played Negan, Supernatural, and Grey's Anatomy. He also played the role of the comedian in the 2009 film The Watchmen. That's where I first knew him from. Then I saw him on Walking Dead, and he played a great part there. So funny, the first couple seasons, you just hate him. You just can't stand him in that show, and you just want him to die. And then the last 2 seasons or so, you start to really like him and realize he's, in the character at least, he's a pretty decent person in the show. Very interesting character actor. He was a basketball player in high school and in college and was later employed as a graphic artist before he got famous and started acting. He was also in the Showtime show Weeds and also on The Good Wife from 2015 to 2016. He was briefly engaged to his Weeds co-star Mary Louise Parker in 2008. Died on April 22nd, 2005, Philip Morrison. He's a physicist who taught at MIT and contributed to the Manhattan Project, which eventually gave us the atomic bombs. He was responsible for the PBS miniseries The Ring of Truth, an inquiry into how we know what we know. That was a very interesting thing. You ever get a chance, watch that one too. If you've been watching this channel long enough, you know I watch a lot of television and movies. It's been my thing since I was a kid. Someone told me how my grandfather worked for the movie studios, and I just felt it was my mission to watch a lot of television and movies at a young age, and here I am at this age still doing it. Anyway, Philip Morris attended Carnegie Institute of Technology and UC Berkeley. And here we are with the Mccarthyism. In 1999, writer Jeremy Sohn accused him of being a Soviet spy, but he adamantly denied this. He worked on the Manhattan Project with Albert Einstein. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a productive day, and be nice to each other.